you know anything about some of the most dangerous people in prison? Well, let's find out. Prisons are intended to be facilities for rehabilitation and correction, but sometimes they become home to some of the most dangerous people in the society. These individuals are often incarcerated for serious crimes such as murder, rape, and assault, and their behavior in prison can be just as dangerous. In this video, we will explore the world of the most dangerous people in prison, the reasons behind their violent behavior, and the impact they have on the criminal justice system. Number one is a bit special, but for the sake of this video, we'll start with number 5. And we have Robert Maudsley, who is the Hannibal, the cannibal of Britain. Now, Robert Maudsley is considered one of the most dangerous prisoners in the world. He has been in prison since 1974 when he was convicted of the murder of a man he believed had sexually assaulted children. While in prison, Maudsley has committed 3 more murders, one of which he committed while serving a life sentence in solitary confinement. Maudsley has been dubbed Hannibal the Cannibal due to his violent behavior and his supposed desire to eat his victims. While there is no evidence that Maudsley has ever eaten human flesh, his reputation for violence and unpredictability has made him a notorious figure in the criminal justice system. And number 4, we have Thomas Silverstein, America's most isolated prisoner. Now, Thomas Silverstein is a former member of the Aryan Brotherhood prison gang and is considered one of America's most dangerous prisoners. He has spent the majority of his adult life in solitary confinement, and his behavior in prison has been marked by violence and aggression. Silverstein was convicted of murder of a prison guard in 1983, and since then he has been implicated in several other murders and violent incidents in prison. His time in solitary confinement has been marked by self-harm, suicide attempts, and acts of violence against prison staff. In number 3, we have Sergei Makovikov, one of Russia's most dangerous prisoners. He has been in prison since 1991 when he was convicted of murder of 4 people. While in prison, Makovikov has been involved in numerous violent incidents, including attacking other inmates and prison staffs. Vikov's behavior in prison is believed to be the result of his untreated mental illness. Despite repeated requests for treatment, Makovikov has not received the care he needs, and his violent behavior has continued. And in number 2, we have Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, he is one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. Jeffrey Dahmer was convicted of the murder of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991, and many of his crimes involved acts of cannibalism and necrophilia. Dahmer was sentenced to life in prison, but his time behind bars were marked with violent behavior and aggression towards other inmates. In 1994, Dahmer was beaten to death by another inmate while serving a sentence in Wisconsin prison. And in number 1 is someone who is termed to be Britain's most notorious prisoner, and that is Charles Bronson, who was born by the name Michael Gordon Peterson. He is known for his violent behavior and confrontation with authority. Bronson has been in and out of prison for over 4 decades and has spent the majority of his adult life incarcerated. We're about to discover how he became one of Britain's most notorious prisoners. Charles Bronson was born on December 6, 1952 in Luton, Bedfordshire, England. His father was an Irish boxer and his mother was a housewife. Bronson grew up in a working-class family, and from an early age, he showed propensity for violence. Bronson was first arrested at the age of 18 for stealing from a post office. This was the beginning of a long criminal career that would see him spend the majority of his adult life in prison. Over the years, Bronson committed a string of violent offenses, including robbery, assault, and hostage taking. Bronson's behavior in prison was often volatile and unpredictable. He had a reputation for attacking other inmates and prison staff, and he was frequently placed in solitary confinement as a result of his behavior. Brunson's time in prison was marked by numerous incidents of violence, including rooftop protest in 1993 that lasted for several days. During the protest, Brunson demanded a helicopter and a promise of safe passage out of the country in exchange for ending the protest. In 1999, Brunson was given a life sentence for taking a prison art teacher hostage. He has also been convicted of numerous other offenses while in prison, including assaulting prison staff and fellow inmates. In recent years, Brunson has been held at HMP Woodhill, a high-security prison in Buckinghamshire. While in prison, he has continued to exhibit violent behavior, including attacking fellow inmates and staff members. Brunson's violent behavior and confrontation with authority has made him a popular subject for the media. He has been the subject of numerous documentaries and books, including a biography entitled Brunson by author and journalist Stephen Richards. Brunson has also become somewhat of a cult figure, with a dedicated following of fans who admire his rebellious spirit and anti-authoritarian stance. Some of his supporters have been organizing protests calling for his release from prison. Charles Brunson's criminal career and time in prison has left a lasting legacy on the British criminal justice system. His violent behavior and confrontations with authority has led to the increase in security measures in prisons throughout the country. Brunson's life has also been the subject of numerous films and television shows, including the 2008 film Brunson, which starred Tom Hardy as the notorious prisoner. Despite the media attention and public fascination with his life, Charles Brunson remains a dangerous and violent individual. He has been denied parole numerous times and is unlikely to be released from prison anytime soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So what do you guys think about the issues that are being raised? You can put down your answers in the comment section below. And do not forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you get more informative and entertaining content that is specially designed to suit your own needs.